All right. Red button's on. Hopefully the live is working and good and things. I'm glad that we're here working. There's been
Right?
tornadoes and storms. Thoughts and prayers out to all the folks impacted. That looked quite awful. It was out western Iowa, just out by Dizzle. So
Yeah,
hopefully
man.
everybody stays safe.
I was looking out my front porch and like I was seeing like rotation and stuff, and it was looking pretty gnarly. Sirens and stuff were going off. And when I saw it, I was like, man, that's not anything, you know, it looks little. Because Iowa 2008, there was the Parkersburg tornado, if you remember
Mm-hmm.
that one. That was
Yep.
like EF5, as big as you can get. It lasted for freaking the circumference of it, and the width and the actual distance it traveled was like hundreds of miles equivalent with how wide it was and stuff. So I was like, oh, that's nothing, no big deal. But I guess it turned into something pretty big.
Yeah, that crap is scary. It was quite a ways west of us. We've got more bad weather rolling through tonight. We've got, I think, thunderstorm warnings and stuff around us now. So if it goes out, sorry, it's the weather, not me.
Right.
Not my fault. But tonight we got some fishing talk to do. Back live, haven't been live for a minute. So old Dizzle and I figured up we'd fire up the old interwebs and see what everybody's up to. So tonight's kind of going to be an open forum. I've got some things I want to touch on. The title of the show was Kayaks, New Gear, and More. There's some sales I want to think about or want to talk about. I've got some cool stuff that I think people would like, some good deals. There's a couple new things I figured we'd show, and then we could do some yak talk. I know. Welcome to the yak gang. Yak attack.
Yak attack.
Yak attack. So so let's start off with actually let's do a yak question. What is everybody, for all you yakkers out there? What do you feel the number one like best I don't want to say alteration, upgrade, or like accessory is on y'all's yak? I've added a few things and I'm pretty close to how I want it. I think the only thing I'm looking to add is a motor at some point, but those are expensive, so that's probably gonna have to wait a while. So we'll see if everybody says. Ralph in the house, of course, always thanks to all my members, just like Ralph and everybody else. Liza, Little Rich, Lost in Tackle, Kraken Bass, all the members, always appreciate y'all taking a little extra money out of your pockets to support Debo on a monthly basis. That is very cool. It helps and goes to the giveaways. Y'all can't see the whiteboard. I put the screen on because let's see here, in full transparency.
How messy is it?
Oh my God. So I was getting I've got my big box put together here. So this is spinner baits, chatter baits, and swim jigs for my kayak. I've also got terminal tackle. You can't see, whoops, this way, back behind me over here. I got my terminal tackle 3600s. Trying to think what else, but I've got everything tore to the floor. You can see extra boxes over here. I was trying to figure out which boxes I wanted to do. I put up a poll on Instagram, and I was on YouTube, and I was kind of surprised. I asked if people liked the Flambeau, Plano, Busby, or other. And Plano leaps and bounds took it by like, I think 60 something percent. Flambeau was like 14%, and Busby was 15%. I didn't realize that many people used them. I'm kind of digging the Flambeaus, to be honest. A little bit thinner. I feel like they open and close a little easier. We'll see how long they last, but I thought that was kind of also another interesting poll. But I do like just the regular Planos, the waterproof one. They're over there. I'd grab one. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Just the regular waterproof Planos are nice. Yep, or those, the Plano Edge. Either one of those. I put those as the same Plano or the Plano Edge.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. So for yaks, Anchor Wizard, I did just get one of those in and installed it. I thought it was going to be a huge pain in the arse. But I kind of did some MacGyvering, Debo ingenuity on it, and got it on there without having to drill holes in it or anything. Anchor Wizard. Yep, Steven.
What even is an anchor wizard?
It's just an anchor on like a little winch. So you like do it one way and it drops your anchor, and then you just like reel it up, which is pretty sweet. Landing gear or cart. Yeah, so mine did come with, if you didn't see the video of kind of going through mine did come with the sidekick wheels in back. So I did get my other wheel or my other leg ordered from Native. Come to find out, it doesn't come with a wheel. So I had to put in another order. So that was like 2 weeks to get all of it. But and I thought it was funny because I even Instagrammed them. It was like, hey, I need this. Is this all that I should need? Is the left leg? They're like, yep, that's all you need. You should be good. I get it. And I'm like, oh,
Little did you know.
why don't you put on there? Does not come with wheel. Rob, I seen Rob was talking about he was putting on his motor. What did you say? It was coming next week or something like that. So Rob, that'll be awesome. I don't know anything about the motor, so I will be talking to the Burley guys on that. They know all the kayak motors and things. Chris, great background, but it makes me wonder if any of the severe weather got to the tackle room. Oh, dude, it looks like severe weather hit this tackle room. It's a bloody mess. Let's see.
Saw Anchor Wizard. What else I saw?
Yeah, I see. Yeah, motors, Anchor Wizard,
Cart,
catchboard.
obviously.
Oh my gosh, Liza, people that measure their fish instead of weigh them, I can't stand it. That's one of the reasons I can't do kayak tournaments, because if I start talking to people about how big a fish they catch and they're like, oh, it was a 17-incher, I put it on, I'm like, no, we're not even gonna talk then. Let's see. Patrick, question, is that room the before or after the organization video? Oh, dude, I don't even know how I would get everything organized now, like in a video for that. That's gonna be sometime. I am gonna do like once I get everything ready, I'll probably just take it all out there to the garage and show the tackle how I've got it set up and take you through like what I've got in each box and have people tear me apart and be like, oh, you brought too much, you're an idiot, or oh, you forgot these or something.
Somebody also said a net. She's got strong hands.
Oh, yes, I do have a net
I know
already.
you got one. Yep. Do you think about getting one of them foldable nets, like the fold in half ones?
I looked at those, but I had a gift card to Fin and Feather, so when I went there, they had like a $30 like long aluminum handled one that I really like. So I'm like, I'm just getting this. So, Mr. Dove in the house. Hello from Indy. Hope you're doing well too, Mr. Dove. We're going to talk about some stuff. Mike was nice enough to send Dizzle and I a rod to check out, so we're going to talk about their new rods. We'll show those on the old warehouse of Tackle 2. Ike approves of Flambeau, so I hate them on the principle, says Liza. Yeah, I really don't know much about them. I mean, I've had a few over the years as far as like the regular ones, but for the waterproof ones, I've only had like a couple. And when I was at Fin and Feather, I got like 3 of them. I don't know. I really like them. Yeah, Gators. That's another thing. A ton of people were saying on the other part of it where they voted was saying go to Harbor Freight and get their waterproof boxes. I'll have to check those out. I was just over at Harbor Freight and I got a bed extender. Some of the kayak ones I was looking at were like $200, and I spent $59 at one at Harbor Freight, and it fits perfect. So. Let's see what else we got. Let's talk about some tackle here. So we got people talking about nets. What else? Thunder cricket. Can you hear the thunder here? Is that why you were saying that? It is thundering out there. Yeah, people are wondering if you're okay, Dizzle.
Yeah, it missed us
because you have no hat on. They're wondering if you've been kidnapped.
It's warm. It's warm in here. It's muggy, super muggy.
It's the same here. Yeah, we've got the windows open and the basement's better, but
yeah, I have a hat. It's right here. Don't worry.
Good evening.
It's on backwards.
Yeah, he's okay. There we go. Question: do you prefer a longer or shorter rod for jigs out of the kayak? That's going to be for everybody else. I've only fished out of it once. And I had 0 issues casting and I only caught the rods behind me once I got comfortable. I completely forgot they were back there once and whipped it, but casting kind of diagonally over the side and stuff. I had 0 issues.
A lot of roll cast,
Yeah. A lot of side kind of roll cast. And just like, if you're casting at like a 45-degree angle, not doing the straight over behind you, cause you got rods and stuff behind you. So it was kind of interesting. Hold on 1 second.
Attack of the kids.
My oldest made ice cream, so she was going to bring me ice cream. I told her afterwards we'll have some ice cream. Okay. All right. So let's look at some sales here real quick. As I was running through, I saw some of these and I figured I would share with everyone. Let's see. So, of course, I am partnered up with the Warehouse of Tackle. I always leave my link down below. If you ever use that, a little portion of that does come back to me. So, if you are picking up any of these, consider using that link. If not, find them cheaper elsewhere. That's fine by me. Get them where you want. The two that I wanted to poke out here and show people were the LFS, arguably the best $100 reel on sale for $79. They do have lefties and righties, it looks like. So that was a good deal. Also, this one doesn't get talked about enough. I was gonna do a review on it, but I'm like, there's not much on it, and there's not like, I don't figure it's a great seller, so people aren't gonna probably watch that type of review. But as far as just like a do-it-all reel that is super comfortable, it's very low profile. One of my favorite reels that Luz makes, and it made my best of in, what would that have been, 2022? I freaking love this reel. It's got dual brakes on it, smooth, cast super easy. So that was another one on sale for $134. They had a couple other ones on sale. Rods. This rod too. Is that the one I'm thinking of? Oh no, not that rod. I don't know anything about that rod. Never mind. It was the $99 white Luz I really like, but that's not. These are the mock ones, and I don't know anything about these. So that was all for Luz. Abu, I think, was all sold out. P-Line does have the tactical. Y'all know I love the P-Line tactical. Buy two or more, you get 50% off. So essentially you buy two, you're buying one, getting one free. And they did have, okay, they don't have the Max X anymore. The Jordan Lees for $69 are a good buy. That reel at $110 normally is not a good buy. But at $69, that's a solid price. $50 off. $40 off, I guess. This one, I don't know about this one. This one has the pitch and flip switch, which I hate. So I can't really recommend that. I haven't used it. I really do not like those, but for $49, it's very similar to the Max X minus that. And I think it's got maybe another ball bearing in it, but
what does that do? Does it?
So when you put your pitch and flip switch on your thumb bar, you don't have to engage it. It's all done by your thumb. So when you press it down and flip, when you let off your thumb bar, it clicks it in. So you don't have to click the reel over.
Gotcha. So it's a push button, makes it a push button reel.
Yeah, but you still don't have to click it over. Even a push button, you have to click it over.
Yeah, true.
So, but that's got to be hard on the gear and the pinion in there, because that's all that's stopping it. If you let that go while it's moving, that's pinion rubbing right on the main gear. So I just don't see how that would be good at all for a reel. Maybe I don't know the insides of those. I don't think it's any different, but it would be just like you casting out, and before your spool stopped, you clicked your reel over.
Yeah.
And if you've ever done that, there's a good chance. I actually just did it on my kayak trip. My handle, when I went back to cast and hit it forward, the handle hit my life vest, my PFD, and it goes and then right down in front of me. And then the whole trip after that, it was like grindy. So I'm gonna have to take it apart, and I don't know if I can re-grease it and oil it and it'll be all right, or if I'm gonna have to get a new gear and pinion. I don't know. So those were the sales that I saw, and then also they had something new. I did pick up a couple of these because I just put in an order. Whoops. For new stuff, and I wanted to see what people thought of these things. So Tackle Warehouse did a collab with Z-Man, and I think these are strictly here on Tackle Warehouse if you want these. They're 3.25 inch. They call them the Finesse TRD Fatties worm.
Is that a modified turd?
Modified turd. It kind of reminds me of like the Reaction Innovations Pocket Rocket. How it's got kind of the bigger, the two ends and then the smaller part. I assume you could wacky rig them and have like a little wacky rig thing there and pop it. I don't know. So I grabbed a few, but this color, when I first saw it and it popped up, I was like, yes, green pumpkin, June bug laminate. I freaking love. So I've got quite a few different colors here. Tackle Warehouse Midnight. This one I don't understand. Tackle Warehouse Midnight, which looks straight black.
No, there's a line right there. You can't see that line.
What's the difference? Is it like black
Well,
and gray?
The top looks black and the bottom looks gray.
That all looks black to me. It looks just like it's the light thing. And then there's yoga pants, which is like all matte black. So I don't know what the difference is there, but yeah, they've got the deal, PB&J, all the normal colors, copper truce. I like the Gobi Bryant. That's another good color. I grabbed some of those. Black and blue. So yeah, I don't know. Let's see what chat thinks about those. Has anybody seen those? What are your thoughts? Let's see.
Somebody, God, who was it? Rob Kittle asked a question just in general about, I don't know where it went, but it was about pink or bubblegum stickworms or Senkos or
Mm,
whatever you want to call
trick
them. If
worms?
we've ever, yeah, well, worms in general, have we ever used them? I personally haven't. But I did say in chat that one of the times I was in Okoboji on Big Spirit, they have a lot of little lakes connecting to bigger lakes and things there. So there's a lot of bridges and stuff people like to fish. And I stopped and was fishing, and one dude said from ice out basically until spawn, those things get crushed.
Yeah, there's Rob's question. Yeah, the big thing I've heard for those, it was an MLF. This was that like 2020 and 2021. Mark Daniels put on a clinic with a merthiolate worm. If you've never seen merthiolate, it's like a bright orangey red. And for whatever reason, like a pink trick worm, like a floating trick worm or merthiolate around spawn is killer. I've never had that great luck on it. I've used a pink trick worm, but I've never like absolutely crushed them like some guys do on that color worm. But yeah, I would say give it a try. Absolutely. Especially now around beds and stuff, fish moving in. And
Mm-hmm.
let's see. Do you prefer to use a spinning or bait caster setup for fishing out of a kayak? I used both with no problem. I didn't really notice a difference at all. Like it just depends on what I'm fishing, just like I would from the bank so far. Now maybe that'll change, but let's see.
Mm-hmm.
Never had Manny says never had luck with Lew's. I like Lew's. I've not had great luck with their spinning reels, but I really like their bait casters.
Yeah,
Um,
I've had a few spinning reels, and their bait casters are quality. It really doesn't matter what price range either. They've all been pretty decent.
Lew's TP1 black on sale for 99. That rod, that'd be a really good deal. I think those are 130, 140 normally. That's a good rod. Dizzle has one of those. TP1 black.
Mm-hmm. It's good, Rod. Mm.
Jordan Lee combo. Yeah. I wondered who would catch it. PDF. Yeah, I interchange them a lot too. I work on spreadsheets and stuff all day, so I want to make that mix up of PFD and PDF. NRS. Let's see. They make the fatties. I'm not sure what those questions were, but yeah, I think those are Tackle Warehouse exclusive. Those ones I was showing, the TRD fatties. For now, I'm sure they'll end up releasing them somewhere else, maybe. But people saying they're going to give them a try. Hashtag Gander. Yeah, rip Gander. I could have got some really good sales over there. If only they were still here, darn it.
Will asked at one point in time if, sorry, it's kind of all over the place, but if anybody's had any experience or heard much of Enigma fishing reels. Looks like I just went to
Barely.
their
Yeah,
website. It
barely
looks like
any.
they're having they're decently priced, and a lot of them, I don't know what the deal is. They're really, really on sale from like mid hundreds down to like $70 on all of them, pretty much.
Yeah, I don't know much about them at all. Jared with a good question. Have I figured out the frog hook sets from a kayak? Yeah, last year when I went out with Steven, I did have some frog hook sets and misses. The big thing I will say with fishing out of the kayak, because there's so much give, you definitely have to set the hook harder. Like you really got to swing on them because your boat's moving, everything's moving. There's just more give than being standing solid on a boat or on the bank.
Are you thinking it won't be enough where you'll have to like upgrade to a stiffer rod, do you?
No, I think you just have to really powerfully swing into them.
Just get it.
And make sure you don't have loose line. You're going to really have to make sure you're down and tight and swing. I can see why a lot of guys go braid to a leader, like even for their casting combos and stuff for a kayak, just to take that extra stretch out, because I was fishing a pretty soft rod with mono. No, it was fluoro, pretty soft rod with fluoro, fishing lipless. Y'all will see that next week. And I finally ended up getting on a good bite with the lipless, and I missed like 3 fish. Like I had them on for a second, and I could tell my hook sets were just, oh, hey, I got a fish. And I was just worried about like not tipping over and dying a lot of the times. But I will say, after spending the day in it, I did not feel uncomfortable or unsafe sitting down. This question came up, Jose. I did not try my feet or legs at standing up yet. Scares the hell out of me. I'll be honest. My balance sucks. So we'll see. We will see. Let's see. Yeah, Gators, I think it is. Question, is that a red Nebraska sweatshirt with Cabela's logo on it? Looks like it. Yeah, it's
No,
probably one of those Cabela's ones that says, "Ooh, it's got the Nebraska state on the back that says, "Ooh, Nebraska, born and raised." He's a
no,
convert now.
it's got a snake on the back of it.
Bull crap. No, I guarantee it's Nebraska
Yeah.
with, "Oh, boy, I've been a Huskers fan my whole life."
And do I have to show you the back of my shirt right now?
Don't tread on Dizzle.
It
I like
is.
it. I
It's a
like
two-way
it.
shirt. Yep.
We're back on the gander talk. Yeah, Allie. I mean, you miss a minute, and we're back on gander talking. A fish jumped behind me. Yeah, I'm just, dude. My basement is an absolute mess. So I figured instead of showing everybody the mess, I would just do it. I kind of like the feel of, man. It feels like I'm out fishing. It gets me in the mood here. Let's talk fishing. Let's see. Lost and tackle. Dizzle, did you look at any yaks? You been yakking out there, Dizzle, at all?
Negative.
No.
They scare me.
Dude, Dizzle, I should just bring you my John boat. I'll sell it to you for like $100. You can have the John boat. We can go out and Debo and Dizzle's adventures in the John boat and kayak.
Does that come with a free tube of JB Weld?
I fixed it. Yeah, I JB welded it all. It's all good now.
That's funny.
Let's see. Oh, Chris, I had 3 alt roll on my frog today and miss it. Oh, already getting topwater bites. Good for you. Usually I figured the end of May, beginning of June is usually when that bite kind of turns on for me. Work on the heavy curls. Dude, I got to work on a bunch of stuff because my arse is getting fat and I am out of shape. So I got to work on a lot here coming up. Let's see. Dizzle's back. Yes, we love having the old Dizzle back. Oh, Dizzle. What else? What else we got for questions? I like the basement background. You mean the actual basement behind me, or the cool fishing background?
Oh, Shan. So she's seen the size of the alligator that swam past me today.
Shan, the man in the house. Ooh.
Mm-mm.
Oh, gators. Yeah, I don't know about that. The whole gators in the water here around Iowa, we haven't seen many. So luckily, we don't have to worry about that. The actual basement one, yeah, it's dirty as hell, Patrick. Best poppin' frog. That's a good question. I want to try the Swamp Lord more. Chris kind of got me onto those. He got some last year, and he said he was calling it that it was going to be his favorite frog of the year. I really don't use popping frogs a ton. I use a regular frog and walk it hard and it pops. And then if I get to like grass and scum and stuff, I can just bring it over it. To me, a popping frog is more like working hard edges of stuff, like a hard edge of pads or a hard grass line, because once you get in the, the mossy or that kind of stuff, it sucks. Kind of an in-between, I will say, that I like, that I wish they didn't cost so much, was that Mega Bass Big Gabo. It's expensive. It's like, I don't remember what I can show you here, but I really like that one. I didn't want to because it's expensive. I'm really not into the Mega Bass stuff so much, just because so much of it is expensive. It's like, I almost don't want to use it just to be like, look, I can do just as good with things that aren't 4 times the price of what I paid for this thing. But I know they're popular. They make good stuff. I'm not trying to say they don't, but it's just expensive. But these frogs are money. Yeah, $16. Somebody voted 1 or 2 on this. What's this say? Let's see. I really want to like this frog, but they take on a lot of water to the point they sink and I can't fish them properly. I did not have that experience until it got completely shredded from the day. This one specifically was the one I was using. Oh, that doesn't bring it up in like a big.
Yeah, click on.
You have to do here.
Oh yeah, change it. Yeah.
That's when I was using it. It was Hawkeye colors. I was like, ooh, black and yellow. I'll get one and try it. But it's got, they call it the catamaran mouth, whatever the hell that means. And I'm not making it up. Like it actually says, where do they say it? Here, featuring a catamaran mouth design. Whatever the hell that means. But the cool thing about it is it's kind of cupped like this. When you walk it side to side, it grabs it. And it's kind of like when you're at the pool, you know, when you were messing with your friends at the pool and you would do this on the top and do the, like where it would do kind of the wave and like spray water on them. That's kind of what that mouth does as you kick it back and forth. It's like, psh, psh, psh. I really liked it. I thought it was a good size too.
That's not even that. They're making stuff up. That's not what a catamaran looks like. They're like pointy blade pontoon boat looking things.
I don't even know what the hell a catamaran is.
It's like, you know, those one boats that people sit on with the big sails and they like race them and stuff, and they like tip up on the side and they're like hanging off, holding onto ropes and stuff.
Oh, that's what it is?
Yeah.
I don't have any idea about that. Mr. Randall Williams Sully said the Big Bo's 1 pickerel bite away from trash. Yeah, one pike bite away. Place I was fishing that day, I ended up catching like probably 20 fish that day on the frog.
It's one pickerel bite away from a meeting with Mr. Mended.
Yes, good old Mended. I will say that it has like a glue down here. And at the end of the day, this did get broke out. So I was skipping a lot that day under trees and stuff. So it did end up, because this is held on by like thread. And after this kind of got ripped up and this got ripped up, it would slide down when I was skipping it. If I wasn't skipping it, it was fine. But if I skipped it under stuff, this head would kind of pull down on this, on the hook shank a little bit.
Is that the weight at the very back there? It's almost like
the round part. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was my only, like for 15, 16 bucks, it was a day of using it and I can't skip it anymore. So, but man, yeah, it has really good action, really, really good pop to it, really good walk. Yeah. Pad crasher, Spurl bonsai. Honestly, if you're looking for just a good budget, the pad crasher probably is the best bang for the buck popping. Let's see. Did I have any other sizzle? Let me know. What do you all got for questions? Fishing updates? What's going on in your neck of the woods? Here, I would say Spawn is probably very close to being on. They're probably getting their stuff going. We're supposed to have
have you had consistent weather at all?
It's been decent. It's been pretty decent.
Man, it was I sent you a message the other day. We talked for a smidge and I said huge cold front came through. It was like mid 80s for like 3 days, and cold front came through and it was into the 70s, and I was like, hey, I'm gonna go out and fish. Nobody else is out there. And I ended up smashing them, caught like 13. Nice. And ever since then the weather's been so up and down, getting super cold at night again, and all this rain everything's crazy.
I know. Yeah, tons of rain. It's been so windy. I took the day off on Tuesday and I'm like, screw it, I'm gonna go fishing. I didn't get a fish last weekend. I seen that we were supposed to have rain all this weekend, which I should have went out this morning. I slept in. I didn't even set an alarm, and it didn't rain. It didn't rain till like this afternoon.
Yep.
So I felt pissed off, but I was like, well, my parents were coming up to hang out and stuff. So I said, to heck with it. I'm not going to go. But yeah, I went out Tuesday and it was just so freaking windy. I missed like 6 fish. That's something we can talk about is the stuff that Mr. Dove sent us. I got to check out the rod, which was the Hawkeye rod he sent me to try. Come on, they got a Hawkeye rod. Say less. I want to try it. Bergmeister, the Orochi. I have not tried the Megabass Orochi. I have only tried the Levante, and I liked it, except it's got the stupid little tiny trigger. I don't know what's up with tiny trigger people who like that. I am not in the camp of tiny trigger enjoyment. And I'll show you guys real quick. But the rod is pretty and it feels really good. I like it for what it is. I wish it didn't have that stupid little trigger. Megabass. Let's go to rods. The new Orochi. No, I've not. $400. Ooh, those are expensive. They look pretty. I think, was it Punch that showed the one that he got? Somebody was showing one online. And I did like the contour, how they did this. But again, tiny trigger. You can see there how they made it skinnier there. I really like that, where they cut a bunch of that material away, kind of did the exposed skeleton blank there. That all looks really neat, but I haven't held one. I'm not the right guy to talk to. I would hit up Punch Fishing. I'm pretty sure he just got one of those. He knows his hire and stuff really well. He'd be happy to help you out. This is the one that I have, and I did not pay this for it. I think I paid 110. It was used, excellent condition on American Legacy. If you guys have never checked out them, I actually just bought another used reel from them. Another Tattoo 100 they had sale for $100. So that's like $60 off, and it said it was like brand new. So this is the one I have. I really liked it, but again, tiny trigger, you can barely tell, but super tiny trigger. But I really like the rod. If you find a good deal on that one, I would not hesitate saying it's a good one, unless you hate the tiny trigger. But anyway, let's see. Let's go look at, I didn't even know they were making these. I know Mike had talked about them. It's been a while ago. We had him on from Thunderhawk. Good dude. Said, hey, I'm going to send you guys a rod to try out. Let me know, no stipulations, no do a post, no promotion, bull crap. I'll send you one. Let me know your thoughts. And they're expensive. I didn't ask him. I wasn't expecting one. It was very nice of him to do that. But for initial thing, when I first saw them, I'm like, damn, they look very nice. So put together really well, good colors. I like how it's like the brown, black, blue, good and clean.
And it's got this really kind of cool. It almost feels like I'm not sure if it's like a carbon fiber. Like I think
It
it's
is.
right. It's like in the middle of it. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So they didn't put any epoxy or glue. A lot of companies, when you feel a rod here, and this is not the best picture to show it, but a lot of companies will put glue all the way up. So yeah, that's slick and glossed. And I can't say I've noticed a huge difference either way, but this, they just didn't put the glue over the top of it. It's just the regular bare graphite carbon, whatever the actual roll there. Different companies do it different ways. Again, I don't know that I've noticed a crazy difference. Cuts down on weight, supposed to make it more sensitive, but
super funny comment. I posted it in private chat whenever you get a second.
okay.
On StreamYard.
Is this one to discuss or no?
No, it's just funny.
Jesse said Dizzle needs to get a green screen of DEBO'S basement. That would be funny. Hey, I want to hide it, and Dizzle pops it up, and it's my basement.
Yeah.
Oh, damn you! I've been foiled again. But yeah, I'm excited to try it more. I took it out. I was fishing a chatterbait on it, and I really liked it. I got the let's see, it's the Hawkeye rod they call it. So I think it's mine is 7.6, medium heavy, moderate fast. And it doesn't feel super heavy. It's not like you look at an 1.5 ounces, and usually that's like a heavy rod, but it doesn't feel that way. It feels just like kind of a in between medium heavy and like a light heavy. And then you got the grunt one. Did you get to try it out? The jig rod?
I have it. Honestly, I'm not used to such a light rod. I don't know what it is with the rods that I just have with me or what, but I feel like it's a super light rod, and I'm not always like, I don't remember last time I had a cork handle, like a full cork handle on my rod, and I have no complaints. I don't know why, if it's just, I got away from cork, but the feel is super nice on it. One thing I did do is I had to put some oil on the handle, because I noticed after like 1 day of use, like where I was holding it, as a jig rod, wrapped around my hand right here, it was like starting to stain it already. And I mean, that stuff's going to happen, but still, I never done that. So I put some oil on there, and hopefully that stays sealed for a while. But yeah, it's super light from what I've noticed. I've been throwing jigs, and it's crazy. I don't know as if I've caught a single fish this year yet on a jig. I don't think so. Maybe one.
Sick? Blink once if you're sure you're okay.
No, I'm good. It's been it's been a pin Texas rig, or moving baits.
Oh, the swim jig, right? Because you're a huge swim jig guy.
I am a huge swim jig guy, but no, it's been chatterbaits actually.
Oh, the old chatterbug. I'm not mad at that. Let's see. Jesse said he picked up an Orochi. Whoever that was, maybe you asked Jesse. I don't think you were asking for the spinning rod though, whoever that was. 400 for rod. Yeah, I know, man. I even talked about that this year, that I was going to get rid of all of my stuff over $200. I personally feel, for the way I fish and for what I like, I'm kind of a simple guy. Like, high end to me, I can't see going over $200. Like, anything high end out there for me, if I have a $200 reel and $200 rod, like, that's far more than what I need. Honestly, that feels like a luxury. So that would be like a Corrado, and I don't know, pick your favorite $200 rod. Dobbins Champion XP, find one of those on sale or something. But yeah, find them on sale. Go over to American Legacy. They're always running good sales. They still have some of the old version of the SLX MGLs for $99. Those are regular 160. So they're always doing good sales there. Check Omnia, though. I had a thing posted up there from Chris talking about Omnia sales. Just shop around. You know, you don't have to pay full price for a lot of these things. Look for deals. Oh yeah, Bergmeister said they've got some sales on the Megabass rods over at American Legacy now too. The Kayak, man, I've tried it and I'm just not. I don't get the hype on it. A lot of people hype it up. The Jacko Cara. I know Dizzle even likes that one.
I love them. Yeah, I've gotten a few. I like how compact it is, but it still has the weight to it. I still get I feel like I get the bigger frog fishing abilities out of it, but in a smaller, more compact size. But it's not overly small though either, I don't think.
Right. Yeah, it's not like a true like tiny finesse. It still has like good hooks on it. It's not like they're super small. Let's see. Gator said he got a sale on American Legacy for a mint condition rod. Yeah, man, they've got all kinds of really good used gear sales. Let's see. Bast opened the house. I have a hard time cutting the black grill off. I don't know what that was talking about. Cutting grills off stuff. Let's see. I like a non-glossy rod. I hate that flash. Yeah, I really, like I said, I don't really know one way or another if it has made a huge difference to me. Bassless in the house. What's up, my friend? He said hey to both of us. DEBO'S streaming from the Yakard. Yeah. Hold on. I'm stuck over here. We'll get going the other way. Let's see. DEBO, Daniel says, DEBO, I tried out the new Bass Pro Carbon Light for wacky rig drop shot, but the handle feels / looks bulky. Should those type of rods be like that? I have never used a single Bass Pro rod ever. Let's see the Carbon Light. Bass Pro Carbon Light rod. So are these the ones with like is this like a wind grip on it? I don't know, Daniel, if these are the ones you're talking about with like the silver wind grip. Let me share this here real quick. Yeah, I don't know though. Chat might have to help you out here. I would assume if they are a wind grip, generally those do have a little bit more heft to them because it's a wrap over something. I guess I wouldn't necessarily know one way or another if they're super heavier or not. Daniel, I'm not sure if that's what you're talking about. Maybe chat could help you, but
yeah, I've never used a rod. I had a reel for a while. It was nice.
Yeah, I've only used the Bass Pro, the Pro Qualifier, which is like the $100-ish reel. I know Tackle Junkie Jim loves them. I personally thought the LFS was a better reel, even though I think they're made in the exact same factory. I just feel like the fit and finish was better on the LFS and it fit better in my hand, especially since they've upgraded. That's another thing too. If you guys and gals go get one of those LFS reels for $99 on the new ones, they've updated to also have the pinion supported or the bearing supported pinion gear now. So on a lot of reels, when you take the spool out and if you run your handle, you'll feel the pinion in there kind of wiggling. What they do is they put a bearing in the middle of that so your pinion goes into it. So then you take your spool and put, that little tiny shaft goes in through your pinion. All that is held straight and solid now. So the pinion isn't just rocking around in there kind of helter skelter. You'll see a lot of the higher end reels will do that. So that was one big notice. One big thing I noticed. And if you go back and watch my video on that, I did do a breakdown and kind of showed people what that meant. But for 99 bucks, it's such a solid little reel. Either that or the SLX, I think are the two best $100 reels on the market.
You did get a donation as well, FYI.
Okay, I have not seen that yet. Yeah, Anthony, great point. The new Tatula has a aluminum handle side plate too, like the other 150, 200. I love that. Yeah, good, strong, solid feeling hand. Let's see. The new Tatula is taller, so that is different, but it's a great reel. Is it taller than the other? I don't know that I've put them side by side to notice that. I'll have to check that. I will do that when I do the breakdown / review on that reel, because I do need to get that, because it's my favorite reel of the year so far for sure. Tatula 100. Let's see. People talking about some of the rods and stuff. Paco says agree. $400 total for a combo is my top end. Yeah, I mean, $400 on a combo, you can get a really, really good combo. And it's funny because looking back 30 years ago, it wasn't like that. You know, $400. Like if you were looking at high end gear, there was a lot more of a drop off, or I guess a difference between, you know, the more budget stuff versus getting something more expensive. You're seeing nowadays, just like the bearing supported pinion and you know, things like the Miravel, you know, reel being at $130, having some of the knockdowns from like the Stratic and stuff. A lot of the companies are kind of trickling some of that higher end stuff down to the more budget gear, which is really cool. Have I checked out the new Cisco ass? Have I checked out the new JDM
just
braid
going to respond to that
fluoro? I have
Didn't
not.
we talked about that on the Bassmaster Classic live that we did, didn't we?
Did we?
I think that might be the new GDM braid that he was talking about. I could be wrong.
I have not bought any either way. No, I have not tried it out, Cisco. Frank with the $2 bomb. I will drink to that, my good sir. You can barely see. There we go. Go Hawks. I'll drink to that. Thank you, my friend. Brennan, old BBC in the house, says, Deborah, your beard is looking extremely fake today. Well, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Brown.
I just read that comment. That's funny.
Let's see. Yeah, Paul, he just got the original SLX 70 for $99. Yep, that's a damn good deal. Chris was saying those grips are similar to Wind grips, but not as grippy. So like a knockoff Wind grip. I don't know. I've never held one of those, so I really can't say. I used the heavy carbon light model to land the muskie. Oh, wow. And it held up in his picture. Cool. It's a big muskelunge. Let's see. Questions. Oh, my goodness. Look at that handsome feller in here.
Oh, hey.
The Geek of Bass. Bass Pro makes some good rods for the price. Yeah. Hit up Hank. I think he's used quite a few of those. I have not used the Bass Pro rod, so I'm not the guy. Either him or Tackle Junkie. I know both those guys have. So let's see. Oh yeah, cooler lid. I can definitely see the point to that. I have a really bad habit of hooking my hooks on the front of the reel, so like just the open part. But what he's saying is, yeah, because with the rod tubes behind you, if your hook keeper is down here at the bottom, like toward the butt or that, you know, anywhere down here, when you put it in your rod tube, you can't have your bait there because it won't fit in the tube. So yeah, I see why people say that on if you're a big yak angler.
You need to get those one things, the little rubber rings that have the hook holder things on there
that clip on, so you could just hook it to that. Yeah.
Yep.
Let's see. Question. America. Yeah. More American legacy sales. More people talking about carbon lights. Stephen says, Liza, you missed Debo giving a zillion away to me. Hey, listen, I've already given away 2 zillions and my metanium, so we can't even joke about that anymore. I don't even have a metanium, and I'm down to, well, actually, I was down to 1 zillion, then I bought one from my buddy. So he hooked me up. Oklahoma's worst angler said, hey, you want another one? I'm selling some of my gear. So I bought one for a very good price from him. Let's see. More people talking about rods, reels,
You did
kind
have
of talking amongst themselves.
another donation as well.
Okay, I will be getting there.
Sure.
Miravel is an amazing reel. Yeah, for spinning reel, I don't feel like I need anything more than a Miravel. That's a great spinning reel. I like it. Ever try Lawless Lures? I feel like somebody asked us about those one night. Are they on Tackle Warehouse? I don't think I have. I think, yeah, I think we had to go to their actual website. I have not tried them, but I think one time we did look them up, Ralph. Let's see. Rob, question. Any noticeable difference with the new SLX MGL? I will tell you that I was not ready for the casting ability on it, and I blew it up on the very first cast. I think I had 3 brakes on inside and had the spool tension set pretty good. I really didn't think it would be that big of a difference. So going from the regular Corrado to the Corrado M, one of the big only differences, not a ton, but it's got the MGL spool. And I was like, I didn't feel a ton of difference. Like, yeah, maybe cast a little easier. Man, the SLX MGL, that thing will zing a lure. And I noticed for sure just the ease of casting with it. Yeah, I mean it's a slinger, and the old one was too. Now with a better spool, lighter spool.
So I just pulled up the Lawless website here. They have a thing called a recoil or recoilless bait. What is it? It's a recoil bait. So it looks almost when I first saw it, they have a video that plays real quick. My first thing that I thought of was Banjo Minnow. Just instantly jumped in my head. But it's like you have a hook that goes through the nose and like it looks like through the gill plate of like a bait fish. And then your line goes from the eyelet of the hook down through like I don't know, like a grommet or something in the tail. So it
Oh, so it
like
makes it like, oh, I've seen those.
bounce.
I've
Yeah.
not tried them. Yeah, but no, I've seen that. I feel like it's the whole craze of what was that stupid worm rig that everybody made a video on. It's like, oh, it's going to be the new biggest craze of where you had to put like straws through the worm and you would like run your line through the worm and it was all like in like kind of an S shape. And then when you would work it on the top, it would look like a worm
Oh
squiggling.
yeah.
Remember, like everybody had a video on
Yeah.
it and
I remember them.
nobody
I
throws that
never
now.
yeah, no. I mean, they look
Kraken,
cool, but
yeah, it looked neat. I mean, I'll give them that. It did look
mhm.
cool, but I don't want to have to. I already hate a drop shot, let alone having to cut straws and put straws through my worm. And no, Kraken bass, yeah, so far so good. I've liked the braid. I got some heavier stuff too to use for like top water. So far, it's been good. I don't know that it's. I would have to check on the fade of it. So it's supposed to be no fade for life. Like that's a bold claim.
Oh
So
yeah.
we'll see. And I'm again in the camp of I don't really care if it fades after a while, but it would be nice if it doesn't. Frank, again, same. Frank McCutcheon. Frank, if you've got a question or anything, unless you just want to see me drinking and toasting to the old gander days.
I'll keep an eye out for any questions Frank may have. Right after Frank's donation, thanks again, Frank. Will Track's question. Yeah. Is it bad to hook into the eyelets or to the hook eyes?
Not
That
sure
used
what
to be
that
the
means.
way. So instead of putting it on like a hook keeper down by the cork, you just put your hook into one of the eyes. So I
Oh,
always used to do it as a kid, with my combos and things like that. But as far as I can remember, there's always been like some sort of hook keeper on the reel.
yeah. You never ever want to hook it inside the actual eyelet. So like on a rod, you've got your eyelet, the round piece, right? And
Hmm.
inside there is your insert. And you can scratch that, chip that.
Yep.
That's what's going to be like aluminum oxide or alkanite inserts, whatever they are. If your
Easily
hook's going
frays
in
your
there,
line.
you can chip it. And as soon as you've chipped it, you're going to fray your line all to hell. However, usually on those, and this is going to be, I don't know how I'm going to show this. Oh, here, look at this. I happen to have a broken rod here. I use this for um, spooling up lures. So you never want to hook it in that black ring there. You never ever want to hook it inside there. However, if you hook it on this metal part outside, that's fine. I would just say be careful because some of these aren't the strongest. So in
Yeah,
case you get it caught or anything,
the
yeah, on the
glue or
outside
the
of that.
epoxy can, kind of wear down a lot there too, especially if you're going to hook it in and you accidentally scratch the glue or something like that. It's gonna lessen the amount of you disappeared.
Oh, All I did was
uh,
I was gonna hold this up and show you. Oh, look at that! Look at that for a handle. Oh, old arc rod that I broke.
I was gonna say, is that one you tried to put a new eye on to? Started on
Let's see.
fire?
The geek still in the house. The geek. I had one of the carbon lights as a jerkbait rod forever and loved it. Okay. Thank you for the feedback on that, Mr. Geek. Liza just ordered a JDM Metanium new version for 230. Wow. Liza getting spiffy. Every rod should come with a bait keeper. Yeah, I can take them or leave them on some of them. Again, I have a really bad habit of hooking it onto
Hook
the
it under
reel. So
reel.
yeah.
Yeah.
But if you have treble hooks, it definitely does need one because I am huge proponent of the bait wrap things on it for treble hook baits. Let's see. Debo, when are we getting a video of you fishing some bigger stuff? Weight hogs you have will be great right now. I need time to fish. I haven't fished I fished Tuesday. Otherwise, before that, I was not that weekend, but the weekend before. So I need more damn time. Why do I have to work? Why do I have to work and make money and do all these grown-up things? Why can't I just fish all the time? If I got 50,000 views on every video, it's your guys' fault. If you guys are really supporting me, get these videos up to 50,000 each. Come on, share them with hop on your grandma's tablet and your uncle and make them watch. No, I don't do enough to be full-time. I just love doing it. Somebody asked if the kayak has kind of reinvigorated my my view of fishing. I've honestly just kind of been reinvigorated this year. Just need to find more time to fish though. But yeah, I am ready to just fish and have fun with it this year.
Mr. BBC said that he cuts the keepers off of a lot of his rods. I know if it's there is a certain kind that I will do that with. It's it's kind of like just a little hook that comes over, and especially if
It's like
it's
this,
above.
where it's open,
Yeah,
where your
yep,
line can
yep.
get.
Yeah, especially if it's like on something that I'm jigging or like a Texas rod or a Texas red or something like that, where it's gonna have like slack in there, and there's the possibility that this has happened quite a bit, where the line's gonna flip underneath and like get hooked on there, and that's gonna cause abrasion on your line too, and you'll break off. Blame it on Debo, even though he's not there.
I was cracking up because when like I said, I took Tuesday off and I went and
Mhm.
hit that pond that's between here and Waterloo, kind of the halfway point that we've met up and fished before. The day we had a good spinnerbait day there, and I was throwing like pine cones at you behind you when you were walking that day.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It was the same spot where you hooked me with the crankbait in the leg. Yeah,
Yeah.
that one. Um, I was fishing there, and the very first fish I missed, my drag was not set. I put my old Corrado K on that reel or on that rod, the Thunderhawk rod. Didn't even
Mhm.
think about it. Set the hook real hard. Zzz. I'm like,
Mm.
oh, and I thought, dude, old Dizzle's not gonna let me live this down when he watches this video. And then my other one was backed off too, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't know what's happened here. I don't. Yeah, I missed like 5 fish between spinnerbait and
Mhm.
chatterbait, but they were just coming up and like swiping at it, like coming out from stuff from the wood and just kind of grabbing. It was not a huge like committed bite.
Dang, we got everybody in here tonight. We got everybody. Paul just showed up. We got Hella's in here.
Dang, we got a party.
Tons of people.
Party on a Saturday night. Gators, are you talking about the new Tatula 100? I believe it does, but I wanted to check. See if Gator says if he's talking about the new 100. I can't remember.
Yeah,
I
I'll watch
don't
for it.
think it does. Now that we're going to look, I don't think it has an SV spool in it. Does it show the spool? No. Does it say down here? I
Got a
don't. Yeah, I
T-ring.
don't think it does. No, the SV spool, which is supposed to cast like lighter stuff, but
Mm.
it casts damn good. I'm super happy with the reel. Yeah, I don't believe it does. I don't have one here by me, but I think you have to go up. I still think the cheapest one that Daiwa has is the SV, the $200 reel.
Who Gators? Gators said yes, but I looked at it and it does not.
Yeah, I think that's the 70. Yeah, here we go. These used to be 199. They even went up too, but yeah, I think the cheapest one with the SV spool is the SVTW for 200. Let's see. Oh yeah, the Enu rig. That's what it was. The old Enu rig. If I do, Hank, I will need you to show me how to use it because I have no clue what the hell I'm doing with a live scope. I was really proud of myself, Hank, and I did think of you because I was when I got it all set up. Hank, if you guys, if you guys and gals need help setting up your electronics, he's a whiz with all the electronic settings and all that. I don't know what the hell everybody calls it, but I was very proud of myself using side scan to find structure. All the fish that I caught when I was on the yak that day, everything was in 6 to 8 feet of water. I wasn't getting bit any shallower than that. And I was looking for wood and stuff in that 6 to 8 foot range. And I did turn that into bites using my side scope. So I was proud of myself. I'm not a huge electronics guy. I usually use it for depth, water temperature, that type of thing. But I do want to put more time in with the side scan because it is neat. Let's see. Are you going to get into the BFS game? I did just get another BFS combo because I want to try a couple things. Now, the whole I'm better than you because I can throw 187th on a BFS bullcrap. I could give a crap less about that. But for some of the small topwaters and some of the small cranks, especially like some of the balsas, I think it could be really fun. And there's some other finesse stuff you could use it for, but that's really what I want to get out of it. But like the little tiny itsy bitsy rigs, I would just rather throw on a spinning rod, to be honest. Hella finally got out bass fishing today. Hella, did you crush them? Did you find a bunch of them up there?
So yeah, he made a comment. He had a heck of a day. 20 bass and a pike.
Oh, damn. Nice. Real good day. I wish I would have got out this morning. Dummy Debo. Yeah, JT, any plans on road trips? I've got a couple planned. One, I might be taking the yak to meet the Burley boys and do a little yak together. Yeah. So hopefully that all pans out. We'll see. And then there may be Debo and Dizzle going on a little road trip somewhere as well. So yeah, we'll see if that pans out too. But that one should be a lot of fun. Both of them will be fun. Also, Ethan might be there from Fish Anything or Everything, whatever he changed it to. Ethan from Mule Fishing also might be there to meet up with us. So hopefully all that works out. I just hope the weather holds up and everybody can meet up because that'll be a lot of fun, but we'll see.
Kraken Bass says Debo gets a yak and then BFS. Who is this new Debo?
I'm not into it. I'm still kind of in the camp of big freaking scam. I really don't know what the big push to it has been. Why there's so many people that are so interested in it now, like a bait caster that can throw really small lures. I don't know. I'm not sure. Can do the same thing on a spinning rod. So, but for some of the things that are just more comfortable, if you just really hate spinning rods and you like casting gear, I mean, that makes sense, I guess.
Cooler Lid AP says, what's the name of the new yak? Is it the SS Dinko?
I need to go get, so my buddy, Martin, who I grew up with, for my John boat made stickers. I never ever put them on. I found them, but I think it's called like the Dink Destroyer or something like that. So I'll have to put those on. I'm gonna have to go find them again. Yeah, I don't have a name for it. It's just the old yak. Just the old green yak.
Steven says Debo's gonna start drop shotting everything next. Oh my god, here he goes. He's actually going to. I don't even know who this guy is anymore. Holy stuff.
I did when I was getting my terminal tackle ready. I did make sure to put drop shot stuff in there. Hey, it's going to be from a yak. From a boat, I understand the whole drop shot thing, but I found some of these that are like robo worms from Riot Baits. I made a big order with them. That is not showing well at all. I made a big order with them a long time ago. That's been probably like 2021. But anyway, I found these and I really like this color. It's like a green pumpkin purple laminate.
Take one of those out.
Shows up.
Reflecty. Can you?
I also got, these should show up pretty well. Morning Dawn, it's like pink and a purple, pinkish white, creamy, I guess, color. I don't know what color you call that. And then these are like your sexy shad. I'll take them out. But I know I've got a bunch of robo worms. People have sent me some. Somebody sent me some Tequila Sunrise robo worms, which I didn't even know existed. But here's that color. Green pumpkin on the top and then like purple belly.
Nice.
Yeah, I figure that's a really good bluegill color. What do they call this? It's the 4.75 inch synth and the Slayer color. I could probably just bring this up on Tackle Warehouse. It would be easier. But this is your like sexy shad color. So it's got like the white with a blue line through it. And then your chartreuse. So yeah, listen, I'm going to try giving the drop shot a chance. I'm in the Ned nerd camp of, I love throwing the Ned rig, but yeah, I'm willing to give it a go. Have I rolled the yak yet? I've only had it out once. Thank God I didn't on that one trip. Favorite shaky head for grassy lakes? Well, fat guy, that depends. Are we talking like grass, a ton of grass at the bottom, a ton of grass that grows all the way up to the top? Or are we just saying in general? In general, I forget what company it is. They have like a teardrop shaped one. We can go look here. And I really like that one. I can remember the exact day on a pond. When was that? That's probably been 2017. It was before I was really filming a ton. 2 different guys in John boats, 2 different sets of guys had gone past me and asked me if I'd been catching anything. Oh yeah, we can't catch anything. And I'm like, I've caught a few. The second guys are getting ready to come up and I just caught like a 3.5 pounder. They're like, what are you throwing over there? I'm like, just a worm on a shaky head. They're like, what do you mean shaking your head? I'm like, no, a shaky head. Like they were, I live in Iowa. We don't have like a ton of people with Southern draw, but they were about as hick sounding as you get. They sounded like Hank. They sounded like Baskey.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, that's how hickish they sounded. They had no idea what I was talking about. They were out there drowning minnows and not catching anything. But anyway, what made me think of that was because I was fishing a shaky head, crawling it, worming it through the grass, and God, I can't even. Can you do? Just do a shaky head. It's got like a teardrop kind of pointed head to it. It's not that one. It did, if I remember, have a screw lock. Similar to that. It wasn't a 6 cents. 6 cents wasn't big. It was like this. Something like this.
I was thinking wacky head the entire time we were talking about this. And I'm like, I don't throw wacky very often. I don't have a dog in this fight.
So it had like kind of a pointy sled head. I can't. This really isn't going to be super helpful because I don't know what it was. I would just say look for something like this. Something that has kind of a swim jig type head where it comes to a point, tends to worm through it a little bit better. Honestly, you can probably get away with a round head depending on what you're fishing it on, but something with a little point does come through better. If you're having a ton of trouble with that, you could always go to a screw-in hook with a bullet weight on the front of it. So like a little 1/8 ounce bullet weight with something like an owner screw-in hook. And that way, when you're pulling it through the grass, so if you have like a regular hook like these, let's say a worm hook, when your worm is up here, when you pull it through the grass, or if you're skipping it or anything, a lot of times that worm will slide down here. It'll get all bunched up down here. So if you're fishing grass and you're having those troubles, or if you're skipping a worm and having those troubles, go over to a hook like this. It doesn't have to be a beast hook. Owner has all kinds of these, but a twist lock hook like this, that way you put your weight on just like you would normally with a Texas rig. You can peg it, do like a little 1/8 ounce or 3/16, whatever, and then just fish this behind it and try that too. That will even tend to come through it a little bit better than a shaky head because it's got the movement of the worm and the hook behind it. So hopefully that all made sense. I was trying to describe that on there, but hopefully that helps you. Messing with you. Yeah, exactly. Messing with my drag and spool tension. I couldn't believe it. There's Paul. It's not a party unless we got Paul. Yeah, people talking about, I don't know what that was. Head to the SV. Chris likes it. I do as well. No, Steven, people have been asking me this. Steven asked me that when we met up to fish, if I was doing one. I don't know what all of it entails, but apparently I would have to lead a team of yackers and be a captain, all that. Listen, I barely feel competent enough to lead myself into the water in my kayak, let alone a team. So I don't think I will. Maybe next year. But I don't have any clue what the hell I'm doing as far as being a yak pro. So I don't think this year. Ooh, hella. Glad to hear this. Impressed with the Z-Man Evo today. Cool. Sly Fox, I appreciate that, brother. 111 likes with 230 people in chat. Yeah, hit the thumbs up. It's free. If you like Debo, help him out. Give a thumbs up or two.
Chris Russ says when the water warms up, you need to take the yak out with no gear or anything like that and flip it on purpose. And I need to be there to watch. He didn't put that part in there, but you need to flip it on purpose so you know how to get back into it
How
and
to
all
get
that
back
stuff.
on it, all that. Yeah.
Yeah. And you can't use your daughter's kiddie pool either.
Hey, okay. Hey guys, I'm out here in my pool. That'd be a pain in the arse to get back there. I don't even know if I could get it back there to get it in there. My kayak's heavy. I did get, I think I said this at the very beginning. I did get the replacement sidekick leg and wheel. Oh my gosh, that's night and day different moving that thing around on wheels versus dragging it. Crazy how easy that is to move around and load it and unload it. Let's see. Yeah, people saying hella sound like a good day. Yes, that did sound like an awesome day. Cooler Lid said, I got the Daiwa Tatula on your recommendation, and I'm so happy I took your advice. I was chucking a jerkbait in the wind. Hands down, bar none, I think Daiwa has the best braking system on the market. Faux show. What's the name of your kayak? I have, it's a native Slayer Propel 12.5. But if this must have been where we're talking about the name of it, Dink Destroyer or Dink Slayer, something like that. My buddy made stickers, so I'll have to go get those on there. I just thought about that the other day when I found them. Yeah, Ethan will be hopefully in attendance with us, Fish Anything, which will be fun. He's huge into the BFS, and he's as nice a dude as you can frickin' meet. He owns the Mule Fishing. We've had him on before, and is all heads over heels, into that small stuff. So it'll be kind of fun to pick his brain on some of that, because I just don't really throw that stuff. When I think of throwing stuff that small, I'm like, I'm crappie fishing or just kind of multi-species, and I guess hence Fish Anything for that. But I don't really like dedicate to that. When I go out, I'm a bass fisherman, unless there's a really good pike bite. I do love me some pike. Hashtag Team Debo for Knucklehead. I don't know anything about leading a team on that. Basky says, I've got a SFS spinning finesse fishing. They're cheaper and they work. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Let's see. Aggressively average Debo. I am definitely an average angler. That's for sure. I am not a pro. Let's see. Questions about what it's going to be. Sir drinks a lot. Wait, Debo drop shotting? I know. I'm going to try it. Try it from the old yak. Old Debo yakking and drop shotting. Don't stand up, Debo. Oh, I know, man. My balance is absolute crap, so I don't know if that will be happening. I did get a pad for it when I put my order in on Native. They have like not like a memory foam, but it's like a squishy pad. Oh my gosh, it was extremely comfortable sitting all day. And generally, I hate fishing sitting down from a boat, I should say. Maybe it's different in the yak because you're like in the water. Like, it's a really cool experience. I honestly can't wait for the first like hot topwater bite, because you're like right there level with the water. It's not like you're up on a boat way above everything. So I think getting on some fun topwater will be a blast in the kayak. Let's see. And there's the basement. I know it's an absolute crap show, but hey, I was organizing. Y'all can see this was my latest one, and some other stuff I want to put in the yak here. But this was, I wanted to get my chatterbait, spinnerbait. I thought I was going to do spinnerbaits differently, but actually in this deep, here. Also, for anybody throwing a wacky or Nico rig, if you want a absolute awesome weedless alternative, and it's not 100% snagless, but the Jungle Wacky owner is awesome. Also, I think it's Decoy who makes like a cover Nico or something like that. Both of those, hands down, are the best wacky / Nico hooks that I've used. So here's what we have. Almost got it all put together, but I've got all spinner baits, and this closes. So this is the deep Plano edge. I don't know, what does it say which one this is? 3700 deep.
That's deep.
It's so deep. And spinner baits fit in there perfectly. So I didn't think they would. I kind of changed my plans after that. I've got some swim jigs, 3/8, half ounce chatterbaits, some spinner baits. Then I think I'm going to do like some jigs and stuff here, some top spins up here. So that's going to be kind of all my single hook baits in there. Are you laughing at me, Dizzle?
No, Showstopper 78. DEBO'S trying to drop shot a hollow belly frog.
Yes. Can I get that to work? Is that how it works? I could drop shot this little guy. This little frog. Just a little
guy.
tiny feller. He does a little guy. Maybe I'll put that on my BFS setup. And no, I won't be doing that. Okay, what else we got here? We're an hour. Oh, I forgot to say we're going to do a giveaway. We got to have a giveaway. The whiteboard's all clean.
Snap.
I've got Kirk. If you're watching, I sent you an email. I need to figure out your address. Unfortunately, he's a Canadian brethren, so it'll cost me like $100 and some to ship him a bag of $50 lures.
Oh, we did get notified that Mr. Brown Bait Co. Notice I didn't use the initials. Was off to take a shower, just so everybody knew.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, good luck, buddy. Let's do hashtag.
Randy Sully says, "Name it Fudge Stripe."
The boat.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to share this. It'll be a random bag of goodies, lures, and what have you. If there's something specific you like or a specific way you fish, let me know. I can try to cater to you, but I will send out a bag of, it'll be between $50 and $100 worth of lures and stuff in there. Hashtag yak. Somebody already got it before I even put it up there. Burger asks, what are some of y'all's favorite JDM brands and baits? I'm not huge into the JDM stuff.
Same.
I'm not the guy to ask.
And now TJ's in the house too. Jeez.
Tackle Junkie's in here. Man, we do have a party. We need to get him and Hank on one soon. Jim, Hank, when are you guys going to be free for a live? I haven't talked to you guys in a minute. Okay, fat guy. Yeah, it's good grass in the lake. So hopefully, I would say a wedge-shaped Shaky, or try that bullet weight with a screw-in hook. Okay, that was Chris's. I am a bit behind here.
You did miss out on a. I don't know if you've gotten to it yet, but there was
Frank again.
Yeah,
Frank with another $2 bounty. Frank is just throwing them out left and right. Thank you, brother.
I went back and looked, and I didn't see a question from Frank either. So Frank, again, question, put it out there.
Yeah, Frank, if you got a question, ask it. I will be sure to star it and answer it. If you're just throwing some dough here and there, I appreciate that, dude. Y'all don't ever have to donate, but I always appreciate anybody that does. I know everybody has bills, and the bills continue to pile up and seem to get more expensive every day. So anybody throwing money my way, I appreciate the hell out of you. There's Bass Geek said, "LOL, my hillbilly just suckers you in." Yeah, it does. That
you should have read it like he talks, though.
I can't even do. I don't have a good Tennessee one. Let's see. Same here. This isn't a train station. You don't need to announce your departure. Oh man, poor Brennan.
It's gonna be funny if he ever goes back and catches up on what he missed. We had a whole conversation about him.
We're like, what the hell? Let's see, Dylan.
Yak.
Smash the like button. Yeah, it's free. It's free. And if you like DEBO, smash it. It helps me out. Yeah, there's Showstopper trying to drop shot a frog. I would try to. Team DEBO. Yeah, hashtag yak drowning. God, I hope I don't. Or try a Nico. Yeah, you could try a Nico in the grass. That hook as you're pulling it through might get stuck a lot though, depending on how thick it is, since that hook's kind of pointing up on the side there. Let's see. Hella. People talking about Hella. Name it Fudge Stripe. Ryan said, DEBO, I've started using both left hand and right hand after having a left hand full go for 2 years. Have you found any technique you prefer one retrieve over the other? Yeah, I use for the past, gosh, what was that, 2019? Something like that. I finally committed to like teaching myself to use both. 2018 maybe. I love cast and retrieve with left-handed reels, like reeling on the left-hand side, but I'm still left-hand power. So like if I have to set the hook hard, I want a right-handed reel where I'm frog fishing, Texas rig, but like throwing a buzz bait or like just cast and retrieve stuff where I'm target hitting, the left is a lot nicer to have it that way.
Um, Going back to TJ and Hank being on, Rob Harrison said, just make sure Hank knows when you're going live or when you're live
When he wants
from
to
the
go
live.
live.
No, Rob Harrison said, just make sure that Hank knows when you're live.
Oh yeah. That was awesome. Hank was spitting all sorts of profanities.
He was angry. He's an angry little
That
fella.
was funny. Lucas said, Debo, I got a husky jerk from your affordable jerkbait suggestion. It's been my biggest producer of the year. Yeah, people forget about the husky jerk. I've caught a crap ton of fish on the older Apollo floating jerkbaits, the husky jerk. In fact, my dad caught his biggest, which was like a 9-pound largie on Carolina rigging, one of those little tiny, like 3-inch floating Rapalas. Carolina rigging it next to brush piles is how they were
No
fishing it.
kidding.
Yeah. Just throw my overspin. Yep, I do have some overspins. I like those, the top spin, whatever they call them. Kind of like a little finesse spinner bait. Do your planks to strengthen your lower back and core muscles. Man, I used to be strong as hell and I still had crap balance. Somebody that used to do kickboxing and jujitsu, horrible like walking around / water legs. I don't have very good sea legs.
Man, how terrible is it when you get off a boat after a day-long adventure and you get that
You're like,
feeling still?
oh. Anthony, yeah, I've watched some of his stuff. That is a guy that is what I would call a successful YouTuber. And I don't mean that to sound like bad to like other YouTubers, but any video that guy puts out, he's getting 30, 40, 50,000. Does he even have, I don't know what he's at for subscribers, but yeah, and he puts out good content and he just seems like a regular guy. I know he's like really, really big in the kayak community. He's really good. I mean, but in his videos, he doesn't seem like he's high on his own supply, just doing my own thing. Here I am fishing. And yeah, if I was getting 40, 50,000 views on every video, I would quit my job and go full time. But
I just gotta say, best comment award for the evening's gotta go to Randy Soley. Maybe Brennan's in the tub with his glide baits.
testing his glide baits in the tub. All right, glide baits, get over here. Let's test you.
That's funny.
Let's see. Yeah, Jim asked, okay, we got 119 people entered with 230 watching. Come on, folks. Hashtag yak in the chat, entered for $50 to $100 worth of lures in a bag. I'll send you. I'll give it a couple more minutes. We'll draw, then we'll do a couple more questions and kind of hang out and see what everybody has going on. Yes, is Fudge Stripe still alive and kicking? I've sold a bunch of fish over the COVID years. I was into fish breeding and I ended up getting like 15 fish tanks. Like it was crazy. My at home hobby. So I've had to start selling some of those because I don't have the time and I want to be focusing on videos and between kid stuff and all that, I've got to cut some stuff out. But Fudge Stripe will definitely stay. He's in a big 55 gallon. Yeah, he's doing great. I still can't get his tank completely dialed in to not have algae. I can't get it quite balanced. It's tough when there's only one fish in there. Like I do a lot better with tanks that have a bunch of fish because you can overfeed them. There's a plethora of nutrients in there. Even when I'm adding like fertilizer and stuff, I can't get that one leveled out. And I even tried adding a couple guppies thinking maybe he won't really mind them. Nah, he killed them as soon as they went in.
Just DEBO'S the heck out of them, huh?
Yeah, he just was like, oh, hey, and just watches them die on the bottom. It's like, no. I do have a pleco in there that's helping. So
I think this has all got to be fake news. Fudge Stripe has been dead and gone for 4 years now.
He's not. I would say if I killed him, he almost died when I put those minnows in, man. He got fin rot and was very close to being dead, but all of his fins have grown back and he's going strong. Okay, I see. Yak. Let's see. Let's get past some of these. People talking about some more JDM stuff. Frank is mistaking Debo for Frank. Is Frank in the house? Did I see him earlier? Did I shout out Frank? Always appreciate Frank. Frank is a good dude, even though he is one of those Canadian guys. Damn Canadians costing $20,000 for me to ship them something. So many celebrities tonight. Yeah, we've had a packed house full of good folks in here. Oh, dude, I wanted to go to Donut Land today so bad, but I decided against it. My fat arse needs to lose some weight. Anyone ever use the ringed EWG hooks? I think Dizzle's been using more. Okay, we just hit 130.
Yeah,
I am
I've
sharing. I'm gonna draw.
Yeah, let's see. Okay.
Must be present to win.
Present to win and all that stuff. Announce yourself.
Nike Niner 10. Niners got, who did I see? The 49ers get somebody from Iowa in the draft. Bears got Torrey Taylor, the kicker. I want to say the Niners got somebody. Cooper DeJean went to the Eagles. Oh no, I was reading the thing they were saying the Niners were looking at trading Debo. That's why I was caught by that. When they've built an offense of plays around Debo. I'm not huge in the NFL, but
I don't even know what you're talking about right now. These all sound foreign to me.
Okay, let's see. Nike, are you here? He's a Niners fan. He is here. Okay, so Nike, you will need to send me an email to debosfishing@gmail.com. I just put it up on the screen with some lures that you would like or what kind of fishing you do. I'll try to get some stuff in there that you would like and use, and then I will need your address to send it there. And I will also need a screenshot of your YouTube so I know it's you, because we do have shady individuals trying to get free stuff from DEBO'S Fishing. So include that. That pen is dead.
Marker? You shouldn't be using pen on that whiteboard. Probably doesn't even have his earbuds in. Can't even hear me. It's not like he's got a pair of wireless ones that he's supposed to be using for this, you know. Whoever think of that.
Sorry, I couldn't.
Oh, hey, buddy, welcome back. Speaking, was it Punch that was talking about the ringed?
Yes, he's a big fan of the ringed hooks. Yep.
I don't know if you can see that really. The ringed EWGs.
Yep.
This is the last one I had like 3 packs, and I've just been using them like crazy. He said he'd been using. Was he saying he's been using it on the free rig with the ringed?
Oh, I think so. Yeah, I think so. Yep. He was fishing more of a finesse free rig, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I've got some. I think I've used them once. I honestly have not put any time in with them really to give you any sort of feedback. Let's see what else. There was somebody down here had a question. Pew Pew and Bourbon says Donut Land is the best. Dude, it sounds like Pew Pew Bourbon and I'll bring the donuts. That sounds like a damn good time. Not together. We'll do the bourbon afterwards. That sounds fun. Yeah, Randy said Eagles got DeJean. Gosh, where was it? Somebody had, here. Drake was the one I had. Drake Sullivan asked, what's your guys' opinion on the Lose Speed Stick? Which one is that, Drake? I don't remember what price that one is. I've had good luck with Lose rods. There was a point in time where the black Lose rods, I think they were the Lose Customs, which were like 159, 160. I think I had 3 of those. I picked up one. I was like, I really like these for the money because they had them on sale. Tackle Warehouse had them on, I think, 20% off. But I've used a number of Lose rods. I had a Lose, the $80 one for my frog rod one year. Some of the cork kind of fell off, chewed off of it, but that was my only complaint. But otherwise, yeah, I've really liked the Lose rods. Hella says the EWGs, ringed EWGs are hella approved. He likes them.
Yeah, I just asked him what he's using them for with, or technique, I should say.
The difference is I suppose you could do that, but you're not going to have, those are welded. So the O-ring is welded on those hooks. So you're not going to have the split ring part where your line goes. If you're setting the hook hard with that in there, I could see that being an issue. You know, usually on crankbaits and stuff, you're not setting the hook super duper hard. And you have to watch even with a crankbait, because if you tie in between there, that line will get stuck in there and you can cut it. It's not even going to be able to show on here, but you'll know what I'm talking about. The part where they come together here and it's like one little wire in between. If you tie into that, be careful because it can get up under there and get cut. So
Yeah, I never knew that before, that they were a solid ring and not just like a split ring. I don't know when I noticed that, but yeah, they have
I would didn't.
definitely.
Yeah, I would didn't get a player. It must have been them trading DEBO'S, what I seen. Yeah, and Logan Lee went to the Steelers. Let's see. I have the yellow and gray one. I have the yellow and gray one. It's wonderful. I don't know, Drake. Yeah, I don't remember which one that is. I would say even from the $100 ones, there's like the white ones that are $100 for the money. Those are great rods. I'm not sure which one you were talking about, but let's see. People saying makes sense. Those ringed hooks work well with the gilly. Man, I really wanted to like that gilly, but it was just a flop for me. I didn't catch anything on it.
Is that the one
It
that
looked good in the
was
water, but
the hyper realistic
yeah, it has
coloring
like
to
the
them?
yeah,
Yeah.
yep, yeah. I really wanted to, but online second guy spinning. People talking about the lose speed stick. Yeah, as far as lose rods now, I did get one of the new ones. I haven't got to throw it yet. I really like how it feels in hand. I guess we'll see once I get to fish it, because that could be different once I do. But as far as lose rods, I feel like lose has gone under the radar. Like I feel like 6-10 years ago, lose was talked about all the time, and I feel like now it's kind of, I don't know if they've changed some of their marketing and stuff, but I don't see, maybe because they haven't released a ton of new stuff. Maybe it's just me,
Honestly,
but
I feel like, anyway, from what I've seen or what I, see of people using them, it's more of, I don't know as if they're doing a whole lot of sponsors anymore or things like that. I don't see a whole lot of people like on Instagram or, YouTube videos, things like that, of people shouting out lose or, you know, working directly with them.
that could be it too. Yeah, I don't know. I know times got tight, and a lot of
Mhm.
different companies don't work with people anymore. Just they can't keep up with all the sponsorship. And you look at professional bass fishing, you watch MLF or any of these, how many people
Mhm.
had to lose, on them?
Oh, yeah.
How many people was lose paying like crap ton of money?
Yeah.
Whoever that was asking about this. Drake, were you talking about this one? If so, this is the one I was talking about that I had my frog rod. Was the 7.4 heavy fast, and I love this rod for frogging. The cork on the top, this part broke off, so it was only like half cork, but it still worked. That was my only complaint with
Oh,
it.
yeah, I
But
remember that one.
yeah, otherwise, I really like the rod. I can't. The thing is, like, if you're worried about sensitivity and stuff, I can't really help you there because I use mine for frogging. You don't really need sensitivity for that because you know when they're getting hit. But um, yeah, I don't know if that really helps you. I've kind of gone all around that question. But anyway, I was going to say for loose rods, whatever the white one was, there's like an all white, which I don't like. This one, the TP1X Speed Stick, great deal. You
Mhm.
can find these on sale. I wouldn't even pay full price. Not that they're not worth it. It's a great $100 rod, but these, it seems like they're always running sales. I had a medium light for jerk baits that I loved. And then I think I have a 7-foot medium heavy, and they do run a little softer though. So I noticed this is a little bit of a softer running rod, not as fast as some other rods, I would say, or crisp feeling. But for what I used them for, I loved them.
Um, it's funny, Will Trax, made a comment, still using toothpicks on plastics for Texas rigging, going back to the whole ring DWGs and things like that. I actually found, I have like this little, I've taken all my hooks, marked them, taken the excess stuff off of the little plastic bait keepers, and found this little plastic outdoor waterproof bag. And I have like 3 toothpicks in the bottom of it. I don't think I've ever used a single toothpick ever. I've just used the like bobber stops for my,
Yeah, well, that's what we
uh,
used to use it for. Dad and I used to use them for weight stops. Put
mhm,
put it in your worm weight and break it off, and that would hold your weight there.
mhm.
Let's see. Somebody else asked a question here. Oh, Dizzle's fishing 2-aught or a 2-aught with a tube. So I think
Oh
Bass
yeah,
Dope or somebody was talking about using those ring hooked for a tube or something.
free rig. Yeah, he was
Oh, free rig. Okay.
said uses free rig in the ringed hooks, and I asked him what size hook and technique, and that was the answer.
Gotcha. Let's see what's the difference between that. Oh, so that was that question. I thought there was one up here. Spinning rod. Okay, what else we got? What else we got for questions? We're an hour and a half in. Let's do 2 more questions, and we're calling it. Usama, I haven't talked to you in a minute, man. Hope you're well. Debo, look up Dual Realis Bay Rough Heads and Bay Rough Fish. Bass Geek did a few videos on them a while back. They're super cool. Are those the ones that dance? He's big into like the those type of things with the sonar stuff. I think those might be the ones. I think I talked to him right after he tried those, and he said they were super cool. Duo Realis. Yeah, I've not used these if these are the ones I'm thinking of, but he loved them. He said the action was really cool. Yeah, yep, that's those. Yeah, they have little wings on them, and when you pop it side to side, so everybody's doing the minnow shaking now, right, on the forward facing sonar. So it would just have like a straight tail or paddle tail, something behind it, and then as you pop it, it walks it like back and forth underwater. So instead of just being like popping your rod and it's just doing this like a jig would, as you cast it out and walk it back to you, popping your rod, it's going and like walking the dog underwater, which is pretty cool.
It almost seems like it would be kind of similar action to the what are they, the Willow Vibes? Is it Willow Vibes?
That's more of like a scattery, like running, like it gets kind of
Yeah,
wild.
but you can kind of get, yeah, I see what you're saying though. But yeah,
this is a very prominent, like left to right,
okay,
like jumping, like kicking, like something
like a frog or a topwater.
Yeah,
reel
yep, like
turns.
like a walking bait. Yeah, so Usama said right there, walk the dog. Yep. I have not. I've seen those, Anthony. Has anybody used the Crube, the 6 cents Crube? It's like a crawfish tube. I have not. I've seen them. They look interesting, but I have not purchased any.
Is it a full? Are they new? First of all,
I can show you. They're newer. No, maybe a couple years ago they came out. I want to say.
So it's a craw, but the body itself is hollow. I'm assuming.
It's like a tube body.
Is it like a tube where the tube is?
Yeah, so it's hollow inside there. So that's where you put your tube jig. This is hollow.
Your jig head, yeah.
Yeah.
I've used something similar to that. I don't even remember what it was, but it's been a while.
I did almost get. I haven't tried these. Speaking of new 6 cent stuff, I don't really shop for 6 cents a ton. There's so many people that use them, and I feel like I don't know. I don't go to them much, but this dark water bug color that they make is absolutely spectacular. I love it. But this is their new Congo Craw 3.8 inch. I was going to pick up some of these, but I didn't. But you got 4 kicking little claw feet things there. It's a lot of water movement. Be good in dirty water when you really want to displace a lot of water, get a bunch of movement in there. But yeah, I thought those were kind of cool. But that dark water bug color is nailed it. See, I don't know if anybody's used those. Also, this molting crawfish, which is what we'll have around here, that kind of greenish blue on them. Yeah.
This
will be at the tackle store tomorrow picking these up. Okay, let's see. We got a couple questions here. Ralph, best tip for fishing a brand new lake? Find wood, pitch to wood. I don't know. Yeah, it depends on what the lake is. Is it clear? Is it deep? Is it shallow? Is it grassy? Is it woody? I don't know. I kind of break it down.
Yeah, I would, going with the find wood, pitch to wood kind of mentality, find something different. If 80% of the bank or the shoreline, this is, coming from a bank fisherman, if 80% is, just like a mud, dirt type of bank, and you come across a 10 to 20, 15%, whatever, that's rocky, throw on the rocks, something, just different.
Different is good. Patrick, question, only one lure to throw right now. What would it be? This time of year, it seems like historically an underspin has been really good. I would also probably say a suspending jerkbait this time of year tend to be two that I lean on quite a bit.
I'm just going off of what I've had luck with so far this year, and I'm saying a chatterbait.
Or a Ned rig, I guess. Ned rig is also amazing this time of year.
Ned's for the nerds.
I'm a nerd. Let's see. Oh yeah, so Osama said, he was talking about the Krub thing there. You got to try the Sixth Sense party minnow. People talking about some more Sixth Sense stuff. New lake, yeah, Paul. That's the big thing. I would agree too. Is covering water. Yeah, if you don't know the lake, just checking it out, covering water, looking at the different spots you would think that would hold fish, and try to put your pattern together. That
give me 1 second. I'll be right back.
All right. Good luck. Let's see. Dizzle will be back here. We'll do a couple more questions. We still got 210 people watching on a Saturday night. 2 nerds in basements talking about fishing stuff. Douglas said, I picked up the Shimano 70 MGL previous model from American Legacy for $44. Oh, he had $61 in rewards. Good grab, dude. That is a hell of a steal for that price. I love the MGL. I just got a couple of the new ones. I bought 2. I like them so much. I bought 2. I think that is a great reel for the price. Let's see. More people talking about the Krub thing. Debo, that's 2. Oh, lures. Yeah, I know. Pick one lure. I use that one loosely. Oh man, Lucas, those are my favorite places to fish. Stumps, wood, brush. I love places that are made of that stuff. Yeah, you do end up donating a lot to it, but let's see what else we got for questions, folks. Before old Dizzle gets back here, I would hate to jump off without him on here and be like, okay, guys, see ya. He comes back, he's like, okay, ready to talk fishing. Everybody's gone. Sorry, nerd. Okay, upscale lures. What got me into doing YouTube lives? I don't know necessarily if there was one thing that got me into it. I knew there was people that were doing lives back at whenever I started doing them. And I just thought it was a fun way to hang out with people and talk fishing, real time, get to know me kind of thing. What you see is what you get. It's not some, fake BS, like just us talking and hanging out, I guess. Get to know people. It's a lot of the same people that we have every week, which is cool. So chilling. You right there? Thunderstorm? Almost get you?
No. To get the door quick.
Oh, gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's see. What else we got for question? I was just talking about what got us into doing lives.
Gotcha. Usama with the age-old question of how many rods do you carry when walking the banks?
I would say 4 is pretty standard.
Yep.
4 is probably a good go-to.
I guess it's a double-sided question. Essentially, the way I look at it is how many rods am I taking and how many am I actually getting out and using? So probably 3, 4, something like that.
Yeah, I might bring with me like 10 rods in the truck, but I'm probably only taking out 4 at a time, and then I'll kind of switch off as I'm going. Like if I'm at a place that's super grassy, I'm not going to take the jerkbait rod out, just kind of flipping around. Colin, if you could be more proficient at one type of lure, what would it be? If I could be more proficient with it.
There's a lot. I mean, gosh, I don't feel like I have outside of some days thinking I can throw a jig. A lot of them I could use more time in and more just overall experience, or not experience, but just effort and in use of, honestly. I mean, we kind of cover this usually the beginning of seasons. I'd like to really start to catch fish on like a bigger swim bait or a glide bait or something like that. I just have never had any luck with them, so it's not anything that I'm putting a whole lot of time into when I know that X, Y, or Z is catching fish at this point in time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I would say, Colin, mine honestly wouldn't be a lure. It would be a type of fishing, and that's deep fishing. I am not good at deep fishing.
Drop shots.
If it was a drop shot, sure. But I'm thinking like swim baits off of ledges, like Hank talks about, like for him, he's throwing like 1.5 ounce swim bait heads or whatever off these, ledges and stuff, dragon bottom. That's just not my way of, I'm a shallow power fisherman. Really shallow is kind of how I grew up fishing, all that type of stuff. So, yeah, I don't really have a specific, but more of a technique type way of fishing.
Method, yeah.
Somebody else asked about, oh, Brandon, hope you're good, buddy. Asked about the kayak video. That'll be, I think, next week. That'll be the next week video. My first trip in the old kayak.
Question from Kraken Bass.
Did I miss it?
No, it said 913.
Jared, member for 12 months, said, "Aye, Jared, are you down in Louisiana?" Let's see, Kraken Bass. Where was it?
915. Sorry.
Oh yeah, I'm not up there yet. Okay, hold on.
Yep.
We talked loose rods. What about reels? They have a few staples on sale. It's not yet. We talked about that at the beginning. LFS Ryan is on sale, and then the Lose Custom, whatever, the one that's like $130 or $120 on sale. Both of those I highly recommend. LFS I still think is one of the best $100 reels out there, if not the best. Oh, here we go. Kraken Bass. Okay, thoughts on using a screw lock hook rather than standard bent neck EWG to avoid plastics? Yep, I talked about this earlier. If you're skipping, if you're in grass and you have problems with the plastic pulling down the neck, your hook, absolutely a screw lock like that for sure. Especially if I'm throwing like a stick bait, instead of going with like an EWG hook, I'm throwing a stick bait, like a weightless stick bait around grass. I love like the owner screw lock hooks for sure around that. So when you get caught to that grass and stuff, you pull it through, it doesn't just slide down the shank for sure. Nuggets are within 7. Oh, I thought it was going to be, I would have put my money on a clean sweep. Dizzle in the aluminum yak. Dude, if Dizzle was here, I would have delivered it to him already. The problem with the aluminum yak, and that's part of when I talk about I'll definitely have follow-up videos, because the first time using the kayak, I will say one of the biggest differences was loading it and unloading was a pain in the arse. Not necessarily that it was heavy. It was just like getting to the boat ramp, pulling it off, and then I'm trying to get all my crap in it and somebody else pulls up. I'm like, shit, now I got to like try to get out of the way because this dude's trying to back his boat in. So I'm dragging my yak off the side. I'm still getting crap out of my truck. Like, it's not like the John boat where I can just park in the staging area, get everything I need in the John boat, back it in, tie it to the dock and go, just like a regular boat. Now that I have the wheels on it, the side kicks, that'll make 100% difference, because I can just wheel it off to the side, get it loaded, wheel it down in the water and be done. So I will definitely touch on some of that. And maybe that will help some people. I'm sure 18 million people have already done this video for kayak people, but just kind of showing that difference maybe will help some people, but I'm way late to the kayak game. So, all right. Well, listen, we're at 142. Dizzle, do you see any more questions you want to hit before we get out of here?
I don't think so. Just a lot of chattering back and forth.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
well, I think we're going to call it Fishing Friends. Dizzle.
There is one.
Hold on. What is it?
The wet dog smell is 917. Is there a specific water temp for crankbaits to be effective? I think crankbaits can be used all year, like any time of the year. It doesn't necessarily matter, but I see them more of a like a game changer, if you will, fall and spring seasons, where it's cooler, it's getting ready to change from active fishing to they just want to get that last meal in there and kind of make it worth their winter stay.
Burning the crank when they're really chasing. Yeah. I would say now for cooler water, I don't know where you're at, but water is still pretty cold around us. Flat sides are a great option, that cold water, until you really get to the crazy, square bills and stuff. But all right. Yeah. There's Stubby Dog. Everybody's saying hi to you. Oh, Stubbins. All right. Well, listen, love y'all. Thanks for watching. We'll be back. I don't know, probably in a couple weeks. Thanks for watching again. Until next time.